Yeah. You know, it's like we've been like doing like troubleshooting for like 40 minutes, right? I don't know. We're getting like we're getting worse at this, I feel.
And we are now live with another episode of DJLaoD and JY for the Lulz.
What's
This
up,
time,
everyone?
we're just
Been
gonna do
gone for a
a.
while. We've been gone for a
No,
while.
no, no, we haven't. Don't
I
worry about it.
I mean, people know. I mean, there's a YouTube like history that shows that we haven't uploaded a video in like 3 weeks.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so this time we're gonna be playing DJ Loud's Twitch stream in the background. I'll link his inappropriate Twitch stream name in the description.
So
It is
it's
highly suggestive.
well,
Twitch name.
okay. First of all, it's a play on words on. So The Rock's name is Dwayne Johnson, right? And so instead of Rock Johnson, I made it Brock Johnson.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Brock Johnson 1 through 68 were taken already on Twitch. And so I had to take Brock Johnson 69. It's not because I picked that number on purpose. It was
Right,
just
of course.
So in the gameplay here, we got some Apex Legends, one of the more popular BR games. I'm streaming on. I stream every so often, as you can see by the title of the stream there. Pretty much just playing games, and then if people have chemistry homework questions, they can tune into the stream and ask questions in the chat, and I'll answer them.
Oh yeah, we should do a segment where you teach like some basic chemistry.
That'll be a segment that we have once we have done more of these. We'll have like future segments, I guess, and we'll answer.
Come on, let's just do one now. Because like I don't know anything about chemistry. Like anything you teach right now would be like new knowledge to me.
Okay. We'll tie it in as we're talking about stuff.
Okay.
For this one. All right. Okay. All right. So not much has been new with me really. I'm just grinding, working. But Jay, lots of stuff has been going on with you. Let's fill people in.
I took my in-laws to Yellowstone for an entire week. That was interesting.
Presumably they'll know that because you'll have uploaded that footage that we filmed while you're on vacation.
Yeah. Wow, this looks exactly like that Fortnite game. You're like flying in.
They're all the same. They're all the same. They're all
gross.
the same.
Okay. Yeah. So you can imagine hanging out with your in-laws for a week. I mean, my wife wasn't there. It's exactly what. And a couple of times we had to share rooms. So yeah, it was. This is what true love is. Okay.
So you went to Yellowstone.
Yep, and then afterwards went to Seattle for a week. Came back, and then yesterday I had to take him to New York for a day. That was all right.
You went sightseeing. I saw.
Yeah. Made a post. I was trying to troll people by saying Times Square sucked, but no one really took the bait. So I'll just try again.
I mean, touristy stuff sucks. Touristy stuff sucks.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was super crowded. There was like not millions, but the whole place was completely packed, like with people on their phones taking selfies.
Yeah.
It was a
it's
sea
terrible.
Of people. I'll throw up some pics afterwards.
So you know how on New Year's Eve they do like a Times Square thing, right?
Oh yeah. People line up, I guess, way in advance, and then they bring water bottles to pee in. Yeah.
Yeah, or people wear diapers and stuff. It's terrible. So when you watch the New Year's Eve countdown on TV,
that's right.
Those people have been there for like 16 hours, and they've been crapping themselves. Right? Right? And so, yeah, they've been like they're peeing into their diapers and like starving. They're probably like
and you know what's funny? Like this was before there was Instagram, so why were they even doing that? Like they weren't even getting likes.
They were. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Like
people just
post Instagram, that makes sense, but before then, like, what were they thinking?
I don't know, man. It's terrible. Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay.
All right. Let's run through the list of conversation topics today. And
hopefully we I sent you a list of stuff. Do you want to start with anything, or you want to just bring stuff up?
Just go through the list.
Okay. All right. So while you're gone, right? What was your workout routine? Did you get your normal workout routine in?
Oh, in Yellowstone, no, I didn't work out at all.
You didn't work out. What is your standard workout routine? I think viewers are curious because we talked a little bit about like exercise last time, but what how do you break it up per week and stuff?
Oh, okay, so I mean nowadays I just do the bare minimum. So
Okay.
like on one day I'll just do bench press. I'll either do either shoot for 3 sets of 10 or 5 sets of 5.
So do you do isolation like workouts? So you isolate certain muscle groups
No,
or
that's for.
opposed muscle groups?
I mean that's for bodybuilders, right? Like
Yeah, I know.
no,
So many
no,
people
I
do
don't.
that, and it's like you don't need to do that. Like
Yeah,
if
yeah, like
you are not in that like 1% of people who
exactly.
are aiming to build muscle like Arnold Schwarzenegger, you don't need to do any of that.
Yeah, like I stopped doing bicep curls a long time ago because I just realized no. And, okay, so
There's certain muscles that look really good. Biceps are one, and then like chest always looks really good, right? And that's why people like focus on those groups a lot. But you don't need to.
oh no, no, the bench press is great exercise. It works a ton of muscles. But I'm
It
saying
does,
like
but
I don't do like isolate chest isolation type exercise like the cables or whatever.
okay.
Or those what do you call those things?
The flies, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
flies.
yeah, yeah. Like those
Yeah.
machines. Like I
Yeah.
just stopped it. And the funny thing is like I actually got stronger and bigger after I cut all that crap out. So I don't know.
So if you don't isolate, do you do the like the same workout kind of every day, or like at least
Yeah,
like you
yeah,
work out
yeah.
every muscle? Yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of a problem. So yeah, one day I'll just do bench press, either 5 sets of 5 or 3 sets of 10, and then this
Yeah.
other day I'll just do pull ups and then bent over barbell rows,
Mhm.
and just so like each workout's only 30 minutes now,
Yeah.
and then on another day I'll just do 5 sets of 5 squats, and then on the final day I'll do like the a military press, like
Yeah.
dumbbell military press or barbell
Right.
military press.
Yeah.
So I just alternate those, so like at least it's sort of different, so my body can adapt to it. And then I also do the Arnold presses, where you like
Yeah.
kind of bring them in front.
What's your plan for like when you have a child,
No,
or
see,
well when your son is born?
this is exactly why I've been doing really short workouts. So they're each 30 minutes. So I'm planning I can still be able to do this. And then
Yeah.
so then in addition to this, right, I do jujitsu, and that's another reason why I just cut my workout short because
Yeah.
it actually like doing jujitsu actually makes you really tired, or it
It's a very exhausting workout.
yeah,
I agree.
it expends a lot of energy. So I just don't lift as much. But it turns out I mean, my classmates comment that I've gotten bigger, so it all worked out.
You lose flexibility too. Like I think that's part of the reason
Oh.
you don't see like super like stacked. Besides like Brock Lesnar or something,
Right.
right? You lose a lot of flexibility, which is bad, I think, in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed. Although, yeah, I was just reading some article. There was some powerlifter who just became a brown belt. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, I think for the most part, you're right. Like,
So you don't, yeah. So your workout is very
yeah, I'm
very
not
similar to mine. I don't isolate. You know.
Yeah, I'm not a bodybuilder. Yeah. What about you? What do you do?
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, I just so you work in jiu-jitsu into your workouts. I rock climb, so
Right,
I
exactly.
work that into my workouts, right? But I do some cardio, and then I do bench, then I do core, then I do some back, and then which it depends how much I'm climbing I'm doing that day, and then I do like arms and shoulders and stuff, right?
Do
And
you,
I don't really do legs.
But do you do
That's- I mean-
isolation exercises for like your grip strength? Because isn't that super important in climbing? It's like
I just climb.
okay, and that's
So by
enough.
climbing, I mean, I get my my grip
Right.
fine from that.
Well, I mean, like for most climbers, do they? Because like Alex Honnold doesn't lift, does he?
Oh, for sure. No, but he's super ripped. He does.
No,
he
I
does
know,
like.
I know he is.
Yeah. He does. But he very rarely takes his shirt off. But he's in ESPN The Body, and
Yeah.
he's like. I mean, that's unfair too, because that's like a different. That's like when people do that, they obviously dehydrate themselves a little bit. But I'm sure even when he's not dehydrated, he's like super like. He's like really thin cut, right? So he has
Yeah,
like no
yeah.
body fat.
Yeah.
And
He-
so you can see like all the like all his like musculature and stuff.
Yeah. Wait, what is that guy doing? Oh, okay. It looked like he was trying to make out with you or something. I don't
It's a
know.
revive. He's doing a revive.
Okay, that looked kind of suggestive. Never mind.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So
All right.
back to Alex Honnold.
Yeah. I recommend if the viewers haven't seen it to watch. What is it called?
Free Solo.
Free Solo. Free Solo is very good. Free Solo is very good. It's about Alex Honnold and how he free solos El Capitan in Yosemite National Park. It's a sheer granite face that goes up like 3,000 feet, and he climbs it without any ropes. Right? It's one of the best. It's one of the best documentaries I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Not just about rock climbing, right? The guys who filmed it are the guy. What's his name? Jimmy Chin.
Yeah.
Jimmy Chin.
Yeah.
He's good friends
Asian.
with Alex, right?
He's Asian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he's
I think
Asian.
got that by his last name.
I know some people might not realize that he's Asian.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of my heroes, in case you couldn't tell. He filmed a documentary called Meru, which is really.
He also filmed Meru. Yeah, and he climbed that. But during the whole time, he was like, "Am I going to film my friend dying?" Right? Because it's like, I mean, essentially that's what could have happened. I mean, Alex Honnold's free soloed a lot of stuff, and it's not like he just woke up and was like, "All right, I'm going to climb this today." I mean, he obviously had a lot of training with ropes, right? And he's gone through the traverse, or he's gone through the path and stuff of how to get up the wall. But another good movie is called Dawn Wall. You have Netflix, right? Watch Dawn Wall, actually.
Okay, Dawn Wall.
Yeah,
okay.
Dawn Wall. Dawn Wall. It's
filmed by an Asian.
Oh, God. No, it's not.
Okay.
I think that's okay.
Okay, no, that's fine.
But
that's
it's about how long it took these two guys with ropes to climb. It makes you appreciate what Alex did a lot. It's pretty crazy because even with ropes, it took them like a week to kind of get the route correct.
That's not fair because they did a different route.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did. Because that's why it took them a week.
Not really. The route was pretty similar. The only difference was there's one part where you can either dyno it, right? And so in climbing, it's called a dynamic move, and that's basically, if you watch Mission Impossible, it's where you jump from one hold to another, and that's super dangerous if you're free soloing because if you miss that jump, you die, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And so Alex did like a slight variation of that like path or route. I don't remember exactly where it was, but anyways, watch Dawn Wall. It's very good. The guy who's in Dawn Wall shows up in the early part of Free Solo, and he kind of helps Alex map out his route. Because he tells him what the troublesome spots are.
Yeah, I mean they're all friends, right? Like
they are
like all community of the elite climbers.
It is, yes, it is very.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So that's my workout routine. I climb like at least twice a week, and then every other day I lift weights and stuff. That's it. Nothing special.
That's good. No, I mean, rock climbing's tough, man. I mean, Alex Honnold doesn't lift, but he's like super ripped.
He's also a vegetarian.
I believe that.
Yeah, meat is bad, dude. It's bad. Meat is bad for you.
Yeah, but
speaking of meat,
it's really tasty though. So you know.
It is. I was talking to our friend Pablo, who shows up in the last episode. Hopefully Jay uploads that before he uploads this episode.
Of course.
I was talking to him about terrible restaurant experiences. Have you ever had a restaurant experience where the food was so bad that you sent it back? Because I've never done that. But Pablo was telling me that he had ramen once, and it was so bad that he had to send it back, right?
Wait, what was bad about it?
I don't know. I mean, he's not in the chat here, obviously, but I think he described it as. I think have you had ramen before?
I have instant noodles. Yeah, it's delicious.
Like, have you had Japanese ramen? Like,
yeah.
I mean, you live in New York, right, or close to New York?
Yeah, I just went to a Japanese place yesterday.
Oh, okay. So you've had ramen before? Like,
yeah, it's not as good as instant noodles, but it is what it is.
Okay. So he sent it. I think the pork tasted weird to him, so he sent it back.
Yeah.
And so that's fine, whatever. But I've never had food be so bad that I would send it back because I'm always worried. I don't want to waste food. Even if food tastes bad, I refuse to send it back. I'll just eat it. Or if people get my order wrong, I'll just eat it. And I'm like, whatever.
That's how you're gonna get food poisoning.
I guess.
But by the way, quick question, because I was going to ask this earlier, but you were flying in with like a group of people. So like, are these your friends, or are you just playing a picnic game?
So you get 3 teammates, right? I'm
Yeah.
not playing with anyone specific, so I just get assigned random teammates. So those names on the left there, those are just random people that I'm playing with.
So in a way, if your teammates are bad, it's like getting bad food at a restaurant. You just go with it instead of rage quitting.
I never rage quit, man. So in this game, if you get there's 2 levels of dying. One, you can get all your armor and health depleted, and then
Yeah.
so you get that's called a down, right? And so you just crawl on the ground. You can't do anything. If you ever play Gears of War, it's the same thing.
Okay.
But as long as like they don't finish you off like by killing you, like the enemy, when you're
Okay.
like crawling around, someone can come and like revive you and pick you up. You'll come back with low health, which you can regain by using like a stim pack, essentially.
Okay. Okay.
But even if you do die, that is, someone actually kills you and like you're not crawling around anymore, right? They shoot you. Your teammates have a limited amount of time to pick up your name, like your essentially it's like a little like tag, right? Your dog tag, and they can bring it to a revive station, and then you'll come back to the game. A lot of the times, people will just get killed, and then they'll be like, "Well, I assume my teammates aren't gonna go revive me, and so I'm just gonna quit the game," which sucks. Because then, like, I never leave games either. It's the same thing, right? I stick through it to the end. If I get bad food at a restaurant, I'll just go with it, and I won't turn it.
You could get food poisoning though, man.
I'm not too worried about that.
Because if the pork tastes bad, it could be bad. Bad news bears.
I
Yeah.
I trust that, like, if I get I trust that if the food is really bad, I would know and I would send it back. But I don't know.
Okay. Well, I mean,
I'm not too worried. It's usually I've never had food. Well, okay, I've never had food sent to me where I'm like, this might kill me, right? It's always been, hey, this was not my order, or like you did not, like you put the wrong stuff on this burger or whatever, right? It's like if I order like a regular burger and they put bacon on it, I'm like,
yeah.
Okay, this is not what I ordered, but I'm just letting you know, in the small chance that you give this to me for free. But I'm just gonna eat it, right? So it's like, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you ever send food back? Like if you?
No. I mean, that's not what my negative restaurant experiences are. I mean, all the food I usually eat, but my negative
What's your
experiences.
worst? Yeah.
They all have to deal with Chinese restaurants because
Okay.
Chinese restaurants just have the
It
worst.
sounds
service.
racist. It sounds. We might have to.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm Chinese, so it's okay for me to say this, to speak the
Okay.
truth about
Okay.
just the awful service of Chinese
What-
restaurants. I mean,
what was your-
let me give
what
you
was
an
your
example of today. Like, actually, I just had a terrible one. Right, me and my wife and my in-laws were going to get hot pot. We've been going to this place for 2 years, right? And we always order the same thing. So this time, with the in-laws, we ordered some extra things, right? And then
AYCE hot pot or
AYCE.
all you can eat. All you can eat.
Oh
Come on.
no! This
Come
is
on,
just
come on.
the what? Okay, I'm not.
AYC is like a known thing. Capital A, capital Y, capital C, capital E.
No,
Put in the comments if you know what that is.
All right, listen, man, like I know what all you can eat is, but I've never heard of it as an acronym. But it's you just order, you pick which things you want, right? And what happened was, like, this has never happened before, but they brought out these lamb skewers, right? And we're like, okay, we clearly did not order this.
Yeah.
And then so what they did is they
Hello?
brought. Yeah, you can hear me? Yeah. Hello?
Oh, something happened there. What happened?
Okay. I don't know. But like they brought over some lamb skewers. Like we're like we didn't order this. So then they brought over our the piece of paper with the things that we ordered.
Mhm.
And so what
Do you
what
want
we
to
did-
name this restaurant or
Oh yeah,
just
it's
keep it
fine.
anonymous?
It's called oh crap. Actually it's in Edison. I don't remember the restaurant. I'll blast it
Okay.
later. It's fine.
Okay. All right. Put it in the comments or put it in the description.
So they brought over like the piece of paper that had all our orders on it, and right next to each item you put a number for how much you want, right? Like I wanted 3 pieces of lamb, 2 pieces of tofu, and so on. So like
So this is a la carte.
yeah,
A la carte.
yeah. So next to like the lamb skewers, they're clearly not in our handwriting. Like one of those waitresses drew in the number 3, right? Like it was clearly not us. Like our in-laws didn't order it, because
Do you
I think what
Okay.
happened was we said we didn't order this, and they're like, okay, we're gonna bring over your order sheet. And I think one of those jack nozzles just drew in the number 3 because they read out.
Are you sure? That
Yeah,
seems really
yeah.
sketchy, dude.
No, it was clearly not our handwriting. I wish I had
Okay.
I should have taken a screenshot of it because
Okay.
like my wife has specific handwriting, right? She wrote the number 1 and circled it in a specific way. This looks entirely different. You know, the in-laws didn't order the lamb skewers. I never ordered the lamb skewers. She never orders the lamb skewers. And the thing is, there was only 3 lamb skewers ordered, but there was 4 of us. So if we had ordered them, we would have ordered 4. So it didn't make sense for us to order 3. And also, my in-laws are kind of stingy, and the skewers are expensive. They never would. When they saw the
Okay.
price tag, they never would have ordered 3. But anyways,
Yeah.
like we were like, we didn't order this. The woman was really mad, or the waitress was really mad. She's saying, yeah, you did, because like we confirmed this order beforehand. They're like, we don't remember this being here when you confirmed it. I was like, can you take it back? She's like, no. So then we argued, but the management came by and like, yo, we've been here for 2 years. Anyways, and then they took care of it.
Yeah.
I mean, but like this restaurant has had a repeated history of really bad service. Like they almost never come by for refills. I just have to like run and chase one down and say like, refill this Coke, please. Like they constantly forget to bring the what are those things called? The tongs where you grab the meat with. What are those
They're
things
called tongs.
Yeah, tongs. Like they like 50% of the time they'll just forget to bring them, and again,
Yeah.
like because they never come by the table, I just have to.
You don't
chase
go
them
to
down.
all you can eat hot. So, I never go to a la carte like hot pot places. I think it's
How
just I don't know. There's so many all you can eat places that I feel are almost well. For me, it's like I feel it's better because I'm getting a better value.
Well, okay. How much does it usually cost at these all-you-can-eat places?
You went with me that one time. You
Yeah, how
came to
much?
Seattle.
I don't remember how much it costs. Like for
It
each
was
person.
$15, $16 per person.
Wait, are you sure?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that's a really good deal then.
Well,
Okay.
remember you were like when you had it with me, you were like, "Wow, dude, this is." We're talking about if you're in Seattle, we're gonna plug it here. Gourmet Noodle Bowl in Chinatown. Please sponsor us.
Yeah, please sponsor us.
Obscure Chinese restaurant that doesn't watch podcasts. Please sponsor us. But they have like an all-you-can-eat thing, right?
Yeah.
And it was good, right? You liked it, I think.
Well, yeah, okay, that's really amazing because I don't think there are any all-you-can-eat hot pots in Edison.
Oh.
So Edison is
there's-
where all the Asian people live in New Jersey, or
Yeah.
there's like Fort Lee and Edison are 2 of the major Asian strongholds. Like, but yeah, I don't think there are any all-you-can-eat. But I'm gonna check
Okay.
because I don't think, and definitely in New York, you're not gonna get all-you-can-eat for $15. That's just
Yeah,
That's
I
just
mean,
not gonna happen.
all you can eat hot pot is the best, dude. It's so good. At your hot pot place though, these are things I look for when I go to hot pot places, and it's rare that you can find all of them. But like all you can eat, right? So all you can eat. What's nice is that a la carte system where you can mark the thing. Sometimes you just have to order off a menu, which is fine too. But the circling the marking it and then just giving it to them avoids that interaction, and you can order multiple orders of something, which I like.
Yeah.
And then the sauce bar is very important because hot pot has no flavor really. I don't care how much stuff you put in that broth. Like when you boil stuff for like 20 seconds, you don't get a lot of flavor out of it.
Yeah.
So you have to have a good sauce to go with it.
Yeah. So like, okay, here I'll share what I put in like my dipping bowl or whatever. I put.
Oh,
like,
you have a sauce bar at the one you go to.
Yeah, of course.
So,
like
a lot of
yeah.
places don't. Okay, what do you put in yours?
I put like the chopped green onions,
Okay,
garlic,
okay.
some Thai chili, and then
Uh-huh.
some I don't even. But it's some kind of like hot sauce, and then and if they have like peanuts, I'll just have peanuts separately.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice, dude.
Well, what about you?
I put a little bit of soy sauce,
Oh,
saute
yeah,
sauce,
Yeah.
saute sauce. Sesame paste is a win if they have it. Not every place has it. Hot oil, sesame oil, and top it always with green onions and cilantro. And that's,
Oh, nice.
I mean, that's a lot of stuff, but I mean, it's all, I don't know. It tastes
no,
good. when you
You're right though, because like it doesn't really have any flavor normally. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And tons of rice. I gotta eat it with rice.
Wait, what?
You don't eat hot pot with rice? What do you eat hot pot with?
What? You
I-
you just eat it.
No, I need a bowl of rice
It's,
to eat it with.
hot
I
pot.
can't.
Okay.
I can't eat protein on its own. I need like
Okay.
I need a carbohydrate, specifically rice, actually.
Interesting. Okay.
What are your top 3 hot pot items?
Lamb, spinach, and then the
Spinach. That's disgusting, dude.
yeah, you're
Sorry.
disgusting. And then
Why
there's-
would you boil spinach?
What? It's delicious. It's fine. And then there's something called da bai cai. Let me just look up the English.
It's bok choy.
No, it's not. It's
No, Napa cabbage. That's what it is. It's Napa cabbage.
yeah. Okay, yeah. I think you're right.
It's Napa cabbage. Yeah.
Yeah.
I prefer beef. I don't know. Lamb is okay. It's gamey for me. But the thing is with beef, sometimes people give you the really fatty, like thin cut beef, which I don't like. I want really lean beef. What else do I like? So, do you like the fish balls at all?
No, not really.
Oh, really? Oh, the fish balls are a necessity, I feel. And
well, yeah, my wife gets the fish balls. But
Yeah.
it's-
fish balls are a win. There's different kinds too. There's kinds like with roe inside. Those are pretty bomb. We should do a live stream from a hot pot restaurant.
Okay.
That's that's a future thing.
Oh yeah, I like to get tofu also. So yeah, I get tofu.
Tofu's good. Yeah.
I keep it
Man,
pretty simple.
all I can eat hot pot, dude. That's where
Yeah.
that's where you should be going.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't go to. You get ripped off otherwise. How much did you guys pay per person?
Oh yeah, it was super. I mean, like for 4 of us, the total bill was a little bit over $100. So.
Oh my goodness. Were you
Yeah.
full? Were you like?
Oh yeah, definitely. So. Yeah,
I'm like a
15
bad person to ask about restaurants because I will rank a restaurant from either 0 stars, like I rank restaurants based on whether or not I'll go back or I want to actually go back, and most of that is judged by how full I am after I leave. I don't really care about quality. I just don't like.
Oh yeah,
I
I
just
don't
want-
really care about service. So yeah, I'm the same way. Yeah.
Service is that. I mean, that's different from what I was saying, but yeah, service
No,
is
I know,
important.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, your whole thing is like if you're full. My whole thing is like,
Yeah.
was it these crappy, incompetent Chinese people that don't know how to do their jobs?
I don't know if you're allowed to say that. That seems.
What? No, it's fine. Chinese, it's fine. Like my wife even agreed. She's like, yeah, the service at these Chinese restaurants is terrible. Like you go to a Japanese restaurant versus going to a Chinese restaurant, it's like night and day difference. Yeah.
One of the worst experiences I've ever had also happens to be at a Chinese restaurant, but the reasoning was because their service was really slow and they
Yeah.
didn't bring us our stuff.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
when I went to pay, like I think the bill was like $50 or something, or like $49, and I gave them 50, and they're like, the bill was 49, right? And the way they said it, they were basically expecting me to tip, right? Because they're like, the bill is 49, this is $50.
Yeah.
And I just walked away. I was like,
Good.
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 Legally, I have given you enough currency to exchange for the goods that you provided.
That's right.
So
But
I'm
like-
out.
No, I know exactly what you mean. Because, like, yeah, slow service, they'll sometimes forget your order. Or sometimes they'll be sneaky and they'll try to, like, charge you more by adding stuff you didn't have.
This is gonna make me sound really cheap, but I don't like tipping. I and I
See, I think
I don't-
that's more
I-
offensive than what I said.
no. Well,
think
I
that's way more
understand.
offensive.
I understand that. Hey, you're providing like a service, and you might go above and beyond, right? What is asked of you, and so that you should be compensated to some extent for that. But
Not
also,
if they did a bad job. Yeah,
well,
I
yes,
agree with
but
you,
that's why people tip. But I hate tipping. It's the worst thing, dude. Because it's also because I'm cheap. I'm not gonna lie. But I go to a restaurant and I'm like, okay, the menu says the food costs this much, right? So I want to exchange my money for this food product that you will just bring to me, and you bring it to me at the correct time, right? Because I ordered it. But I don't want to have to tip. Like, I don't want to have to pay an extra 20% for this food item because that sucks.
Okay, so even if the service was good, you still don't want to tip.
I just don't like tipping as a principle. It just
Yeah, okay.
sucks.
Well, yeah. Well, Japanese people agree with you, and they
Yeah.
get good service too. So you know.
Yeah.
I sound like a weeaboo, but I'm just.
How come people don't tip us, dude? Like I feel like I do a very adequate job as a professor sometimes, and maybe I would like a tip like on top
I
of
agree.
my
I
salary.
agree. 100%.
Or maybe
man.
people should tip you because the Amazon website works.
Oh no, people hate Amazon. If anything, they just be like anti-tipping. It's fine. It's fine. I can be the villain.
No, you don't want to. You don't want to be the villain.
Yeah. So yeah, you're a little bit more extreme. Like my whole thing is like if the service is bad and like
I always
pretty
tip.
much-
I don't want to make it seem like I don't tip. I always tip.
Yeah.
Except for that one situation at that Chinese restaurant.
Yeah, no,
the
and
service.
that was deserved because I'm pretty sure like I know exactly what you went through because like half the Chinese restaurants I go to like I have to deal with that. So I actually try to avoid Chinese restaurants for that reason.
I'm gonna say something here, and this is just opinion, right? So where in China is your family from?
Oh, Guangzhou?
Okay. Do you feel like Chinese food in general, and it's not everywhere, there's certain areas in China where like I think the flavor profile of food is very diverse. But do you find that Chinese food is very one note?
What do you mean?
So an example, you've had Thai food presumably. I don't know if you have.
I get the
what you
Thai
eat.
fried rice, but yeah, and I always get the Thai fried rice.
Have you had pad Thai before?
No.
Or like tom
No.
yum soup?
Come on,
You've never had pad Thai?
I only get
You-
one thing. I always get.
How
the
old are
same-
you? And you've never had pad Thai?
Well,
Like
I think-
the most. When you ask someone, "Hey, have you had Thai food before?" 99% of people who say yes will say yes, and I've had pad Thai before. You are like the 1% of people who has had Thai food but has never had pad Thai.
I feel like we're derailing here, so I'm just gonna.
No.
I'm
We're
gonna bring
talking
us
about
back.
food, and this is important. This
gonna
is
bring
important. I'm trying to make a point.
topic. So I always get the Thai fried rice, pretty much always.
Okay.
Or some variant of fried rice. So
Have you had tom yum soup?
probably not.
Have you had anything besides Thai fried rice, which is basically just fried rice?
No, it's not because it has pineapple in it. It has its own.
Oh
distinct,
my goodness!
It has
No,
its own
dude.
distinct. It's much different than Chinese fried rice, 100%.
Okay.
But yeah, like I think I might have like sometimes my wife will get pad Thai and I'll take a few bites. So yeah, sure, I've had pad Thai.
Okay, and so Thai food is all about mixing and like harmonizing many flavors together, right? There's some sweet, especially in pad Thai. Sweet. There's like a lot of sweet from like the tamarind and the palm sugar in it, and then there's salty obviously because it's a very savory dish, and there's some sourness also, probably also from the tamarind.
Interesting.
And these flavors all kind of harmonize together, right?
Okay, you sound like you know what you're talking about, so
But-
I can't because like it sounds like.
But when you have or like Korean food or Indian food. Indian food is another example that you've had Indian food presumably,
Yeah, of course.
right? And Indian food, there's very curry heavy based like
Yeah.
dishes, right? That have a lot of different flavors just kind of harmonizing together. But Chinese food, I know that Chinese food, certain dishes have a lot of different flavors, but I don't know. I just feel like Chinese food is very one note, and it's good. I'm not gonna say that I don't like eating Chinese food, but traditional, like I'm not talking like orange chicken either. So don't post in the comments saying like, have you had orange chicken? It's like sour and it's sweet and it's kind of savory. That's not.
What about a hot and sour soup? It's different things going on.
Right, but like there's not a lot of Chinese dishes that do that. I don't know. It's like I eat a lot of Korean food because I think the flavors in that, it's just, I don't know. It's hard to explain. I think Chinese food is just very one note, unfortunately.
I think your palate's way more refined than me, so I feel like only Gordon Ramsay would be qualified to talk to you about this.
It's
like,
just,
I'm not.
it's just, if you gave me the option right now it depends too on but I don't know. It just I'm just saying this because I find myself not being like a Chinese American. I still like don't eat Chinese food as often as I eat other Asian cuisines,
Right.
and it's weird.
because like the food's one note, whereas for me it's because the service is awful.
The other thing is, do you like Japanese food?
No, I don't.
Oh, Japanese food is actually, it's very clean, right? Japanese food, like they have even down to the presentation. When you look at it, a lot of the times, I feel like I like that even.
It's too expensive, man. Because like sushi, I mean, it's not even cooked.
It is.
I'm paying like
it is. Yeah,
$50 for it. I mean, come on. It's just it's all raw
I understand.
food. I mean, come on. Like I'm not gonna
Okay,
pay $50.
first of all, it's not all just raw food, but.
Well, I'm just talking about sushi, right? Like I'm not gonna pay. And then for ramen, I'm like, come on. I have a whole bunch of ramen packaging, like in the back there, and it's ready to go.
What is your favorite ramen? What is your favorite ramen?
Oh, it's not even ramen. It's just instant noodles.
The Shin Ramyun.
It's the
spicy one.
Oh yeah, I like to eat that. But
show it. Maybe we'll get a sponsorship.
Oh yeah. Okay, 1 second.
All right.
All right. So obviously we have the Shin. The Shin. It's very spicy, so I usually only eat half the packet. But I mean,
what? Oh my goodness, dude.
Yeah, it's too much.
What?
This is my favorite, of course.
Okay.
Maru-chan or whatever. Like this is
what?
This is
what? That's the worst one. That's the worst one, dude. You know how many types of instant noodles there are?
It's the best flavor profile.
I can't even see that because your thing is super minimized.
Chicken.
What flavor is it? At least. Oh, you got the cup noodle game.
Yeah, cup noodle. Yeah, because that's what I grew up with as a kid.
I did too, but I doesn't.
This is more fancy, a little bit more.
The noodles are terrible too. The cup noodles, like they're like flat. You know what I'm talking about? They're like
incredibly unhealthy too. Like and
they're super.
Yeah, but it's so
when
tasty.
you bite into them, they're like super like.
No,
I don't even know how to describe it.
So delicious.
All right, hang on. Give me 1 second. Let me show you. So this one right here is what most Korean people really like. I find like a lot of my Korean friends. This is Jin ramen. You should if you have a shop nearby, like a I don't know, like do you have an H Mart or something nearby?
Oh yeah, we got H Mart, we got Ranch 99.
Okay, go to H Mart and get this Jin ramen. It's way better than the Shin ramen, dude. Stop buying Shin ramen and get this Jin ramen. If you are, for whatever reason, watching this stream right now, please don't hesitate to give us a sponsorship. All right.
We got about 20 minutes left, so.
Okay, so moving on from restaurant reviews, let's talk about. We're doing the segment now called JY Poop Stories. So.
All right. Let me set the stage.
All right, I know you got a funny poop story.
I've actually got 2 of them, so we'll
save
see
one.
much...
This is a segment now. This is whenever you crap your pants, we're gonna do a segment about this. Can your in-laws hear this right now?
Yeah, but they can't speak English, so.
Oh boy. Let's okay. You tell it in Chinese, and I'll translate.
No, that's okay. That's okay. My wife knows this story though. I mean, she knows like all my pants stories. Yeah. So.
Okay.
So like, what happened was. I was still going to the University of Washington, and then so I have this thing, right? Like I poop a lot every day. Like I would say like 3-4 times a day, sometimes 5.
Oh, whoa.
And I usually have to poop like right after I eat, like a couple minutes after. So if I so
it's because of all those cup noodles, dude.
I like to think it's because I like to eat a lot of greens, and it keeps me healthy.
But you don't eat romaine lettuce.
No, I do eat greens. Like I eat spinach in my hot pot. So the thing is, if I'm not careful, because this has happened before, if I'm not careful and I don't plan out my day, like sometimes I'll be hit with a super sudden urge to need to poop, and like it just comes from out of nowhere. So like that's why I usually try to take preemptive poops after I eat lunch and dinner and stuff. And like now, so I'm setting.
I'm gonna interrupt. Okay, are you? Okay, I think there's different types of people. Do you get like a stomach ache and then you're like, oh, oh no, like
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
I have to go crap soon.
Yeah.
Or are you like, oh, I gotta go, and then as soon as you get that urge, then you gotta be on the toilet within like 2 minutes, otherwise it's gonna
No,
come out.
it's not 2 minutes. It's just I have to go, and then I'm in excruciating pain, and I'm just like, okay, I've
You
got
know
to
what's
fight.
weird? I so I remember as a kid, I would get stomach aches when I need to go to the bathroom, right?
Yeah.
But as an adult, it's more like it's almost it's gonna sound real bad. It's like that feeling that like it's like that feeling that it's like, oh, I'm gonna crap my pants. It's like that feeling that I get now, and it's not like, oh, my tummy hurts. It's like,
Huh.
oh no, I'm gonna crap my pants. So I need to be on the toilet seat in like 2 minutes. So what do you get? You get the tummy ache, or you get
Yeah, like
like
I got really bad stomach ache, and then
okay.
usually what happens, like when I was in Seattle, because I know the area so well, I know where all the McDonald's, the Taco Times, like all the fast food restaurants. So like strategically, if I get hit with one of those sudden attacks, like I'm like, okay, I know.
Are
Where
you okay though? Are you okay going anywhere?
Of course, because like you don't understand like how bad.
I mean, the alternative, like this is crapping your pants.
Like when I
But
have to go, like basically I just run in immediately. I start like taking off my pants like as I'm running into the bathroom. I just go and I'm just like, and I
you have
just
to start.
blast.
You
I just
so, is
blast.
this only when you're at home?
Yeah.
So the only time that you're talking about at home, right? Not like when you're at Amazon or something.
No,
You're not like
no, I'm talking about when I'm running into McDonald's. So, like I just have to.
you have to start. So you're busting into this McDonald's and your pants are halfway down already.
No.
As,
Once
like,
I
running to
bust
the
in, once
toilet?
I bust into the bathroom, like basically I immediately scan. I'm like, okay, there's no one here. Okay, good. And the toilet stall's empty. I just like rip everything off, and I've been very lucky because usually at the fast food restaurants there's only one stall, but for the most
And
part,
if it's full, you're screwed.
yeah. But like I've been very lucky and fortunate
Yeah.
in this way. Like
What's bad is that anticipation. Do you know what I'm talking about? When you're like, it start like it starts falling out of your butt because your body knows
Yeah.
like you're about to hit the toilet.
Yep, that's right.
Anyways.
Okay, so that was the setup.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's why like I don't eat breakfast. Like I was doing intermittent fasting, but even without that, like I tended to skip breakfast because if I ate a heavy breakfast, like sometimes I would go vacationing with friends, and if I ate breakfast, like in the middle of the drive up, I'd be like, I gotta go, guys. But that's a story for another day.
Okay.
This story takes place when I was going to the University of Washington, and
Oh, time out. Real quick.
Yeah.
Time out. Okay. You and I both went to the University of Washington,
Yeah.
and I am a very selective toilet guy, and so I will only go to a certain toilet, right? And for me, it was the second floor toilet in the Allen Library. That was the only toilet I would use. And so if I was, well, correction. It depends if you're talking about undergrad or grad school. But as an undergrad, that was the only toilet that I would go number 2 in, right? And so like sometimes I'd be like, if you know the University of Washington, I was like very far from that library. So sometimes I'd have to haul ass across the campus to use the bathroom because that was the only toilet I'd use. Anyways, are you like that?
Okay,
Some people are very toilet specific.
I have a few questions, not to derail, but where's the Allen Library? Which one's the Allen Library?
It's by the hub. And
So
I
there's
would be
Odegaard and Suzzalo. I've never heard of this Allen Library.
the Allen Library is like, you know where the hub lawn is? It overlooks the hub lawn. So if you come out of the hub, you face the Allen Library.
Oh, that place was a library?
Yes, it's connected to Suzzalo, actually. That's where Allen is. And
okay.
and
got
so
it.
if you and I was a chemical engineer, and so we were in Benson Hall, and Benson Hall is behind behind Bagley. So like right? So you're putting in your mind like how far I would have to go, right? Because I spent probably 90% of the time in Bagley
Okay.
or in Benson, and then I would haul ass over to.
I would say I'm like that, but if I need to go, I don't have that kind of luxury. I'll just go into a McDonald's public restroom stall,
Okay.
and I've been
Well,
lucky
yeah.
that they've been empty. However, normally, right at work, I don't like to poop on the same floor I work on because like it could be awkward if I walk in with like a coworker and then they.
I have that
just
issue too.
blasting,
So
you know.
yes.
So-
At PLU, well, at PLU, I'm not going to disclose it in case students end up finding this podcast. I'm not going to tell students where. But I have a secret one that I go to
Good,
that
good.
I know that no other people will find.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to have. I don't want people knowing that I poop.
Yeah, because the worst are like the bathrooms that don't have the fans going all the time. You can hear everything.
Okay,
And like,
so
that's not pleasant for me. That's not pleasant for the guy in the stall next to me. But
okay, so go on with your go on.
Well, I think this discussion was funnier than the actual story. But what happened was
100.
I was going to the University of Washington. It was like it was pretty late.
Were you a freshman, sophomore?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I think I was a senior. I think it was my 5th year as a senior.
Okay.
And I was
Okay.
I was driving
You're a
by.
23-year-old. You're a 23-year-old.
And
Adult,
yes, 23 years
male.
old. Yes, adult, grown up. And I don't even think I was at the UW. I think I was like driving around. I was like driving around the area, like I was hanging out with a friend or something. And I got one of those sudden urges that I tell you about. And I was like, okay, strategically, the closest place is the UW. I better, because like the UW has plenty of public restrooms or whatever. This was around like midnight or something. I think it was sometime very late.
Midnight is hard. Midnight is hard because a lot of the buildings are locked down.
I had access cards, so I was like, I'm gonna
Okay.
go to the Paul G. Allen Computer Science building because I know there's like a bunch of restrooms right next to the entrance.
Oh,
So
actually, sorry. This
yeah.
is a tangent that's unrelated to poop. Across from the Paul and G. Allen Center now, they opened up the Bill Gates computer science building. It's huge and it's super nice. Next time you come to Seattle, we're gonna go check it out.
Wait, did Bill
But go
Gates
on.
seriously set up a building across from Allen?
It's a Bill and Melinda Gates computer science building.
That's
You
so
know,
disrespectful.
It's very very nice.
That's so disrespectful. And like after he died.
I'm sure they donated money before Paul Allen died, but go
Wow,
on.
That's so disrespectful. Wow. Okay.
It's not disrespectful.
Like
okay.
basically, Paul Allen had the computer science building. It's renamed the Paul G. Allen Computer Science Department or something now. And then Bill and Melinda Gates just sets up the building. Right. That's really disrespectful.
It's not.
I'm
Okay,
just
go
kidding.
on.
I'm just kidding, Bill Gates. Please don't. Black.
Please sponsor us if you enjoy the.
I'm just
We
kidding, Bill Gates.
enjoy using your products.
Yes. Microsoft is great. I own a bunch of Microsoft stock. All right. I parked immediately next to the Paul G. Allen, and this was before they replaced all those public parking spots next to Paul G. Allen with handicap
I mean,
spots.
at midnight you can park wherever you want.
No,
Actually,
they made them like 24/7, like
Oh, okay.
special
Yeah, I know. What
park.
you're
Like the UW is a piece of crap. Like they removed so many public parking spots. Like the hub used to be all
Yeah.
public parking until they made it all handicapped 24/7. I'm going.
I
on
had a
tangent.
friend get a ticket there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on,
But go on.
I'm on a tangent now. But I parked right next to it, and I just ran. I was running because it was one of those really bad ones. And then, like I said, like the bathroom is right by the entrance, so I bust the door down. There's no one there, so I take off the pants, but I couldn't make it. I was like 5 feet from the stall, and I just like, shit all over right outside the stall. I'm like, oh god, just everywhere. And then
That's that anticipation that I was talking about. Because your body knows, right? It's just like before your brain can say, "Hey, bowels, don't." Your bowels they sense that you're about to hit the toilet, so they're like, "We're ready to just release."
Yeah, but luckily since it was midnight, because the thing is, all the students are downstairs in the basement coding, so like the public because no one goes no one stays in like the public lobby area, so I just blasted, and I just kind of looked at it, and then I was thinking, I'm like, I could just leave, but then and this is a true story, I'm not just saying this to make myself look good, I'm like, man, some janitor's gonna have a shitty night. There wasn't a pun intended there. Like he was really gonna have it, so I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah.
So then I just took a bunch of napkins and just slowly just take all the shit off and just flushed it down the toilet, wiped it down as good as I could, and then luckily no one came in because that would have been really embarrassing.
Wait. Sorry, I missed this. I know you said it. So you didn't crap your pants.
No, because I do that thing where I'm talking about, like, I bust in,
Yeah.
if there's no one there, I just start taking off my pants immediately so I can just go.
You're like a child, dude.
So I can just
that
slide,
you
and just
can't
slide right
you
into
can't
the
even
seat.
wait to get into the stall. You just start taking your pants as soon as you get into the bathroom.
You don't understand the you don't understand what I go through, like the condition I have. Right?
Do you have like
So
you
I
have
actually-
IBS or
I
something?
actually went to the
it
doctor.
sounds like you have IBS.
So I went to the doctor and he said I didn't. So I'm like, okay, maybe I should get a second opinion because my wife said
Maybe
the
you
same
should.
thing.
You know what?
'Cause I went
you
to a
should probably
specialist.
stop eating Chipotle every day. Stop eating those Whoppers. Maybe just eat better, like to avoid that issue.
But anyways, like I said, like I'm not a bad person, right? Like I was tempted. I was like, I could just run away from here and nobody will know. But I was like, someone's gonna have to clean up this crap, and as a responsible 23-year-old, I should be responsible for cleaning up my own crap. So I did. Like I couldn't. There was nothing I could spray to disinfect it, but like I like put water on the towels, used the soap. I did anything I could. So like. It was basically by the time I wish I'd taken a picture. This was before Instagram, so
it was cleaner than it was. You left it cleaner than it was.
Like nobody would have known. Maybe there was a lingering smell, but I'm sure it would have dissipated by the time the janitor.
Do you use when you use it doesn't sound like you even have time. Do you put the seat covers on when you go to the bathroom? Like just like
no what?
Oh, you just go bare butt on the seats.
Yeah, I've always gone bare butt, and I don't have AIDS. So like what are you? What are you worried about? Like AIDS? Like what?
No, it's just like
what disease,
okay,
but what disease are you worried about exactly?
I'm not really worried about any disease. I just like I feel like it's better. It's better than like having my bare butt touch someone. It's almost like touching butt to butt with someone, right?
Because like what I understand is AIDS dies outside the body pretty quick.
That's not what I'm worried about.
I think like herpes does too. So like I think like pretty much all the major bad diseases.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not. I just
don't.
You
can't get cancer, so it's like
the seats are also gross. They have like people's butt sweat on them.
Well, okay. What I do is if I have time, like I'll just give it a quick wipe down. I'll just wipe it with some toilet paper just in case, like there's some residual pee in there, because I think you can get diseases from the pee.
The inconsiderate people who are just peeing on the seats. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So like yeah, I'm very like I'll look in the stalls, and if it looks like there's some pee in there, I'll just go to a different stall. But if I have to go, I'm just gonna unload. You know. Yeah. I call it. I have this special move. I call it unload twin strike. That's what I yell. when I'm with my friends and I run to the bathroom, I just yell twin strike. I don't even know what that means. I just made up that special move. It would be like a cool anime, right? Like somebody taking a shit and yelling the name of a special move.
That's gonna be some weird One Punch Man villain or something. Yeah. That he'll yell that.
And then just like shit over.
It's disgusting. God.
Oh, but yeah, I got a couple of stories. I haven't.
Save the rest. Yeah. This is a segment now. It's called KY Poops.
But I only have like maybe 4 good stories, and that's it.
Well, make more, dude.
No,
that's crap your pants like tomorrow, and so we can write that down as a story.
Like I almost had a close call today, right? Like coming back from the hot pot place, like it kicked in. But like I said,
that's your problem. You know all these like you're eating all this like not necessarily great foods. Hot pot's pretty bad for you, right? Like fat wise stuff.
But like I said, like exactly. I was good, like because I knew I could hold it in, so like I rushed inside with all the groceries, threw them down, and just took care of it.
What's the longest that? What's the longest you've had to hold it?
I think if it's like the really really bad situation, I can hold it for maybe 20, 30 minutes. But after at that point, I'm just like. I'm going. I'm just like that's a certain point, right? It's also a relief. Like this happens when I pee my pants too. It's at a certain point I'm just like fuck it.
Yeah.
Just fuck it. Let's figure out how to solve this problem afterwards. But luckily I haven't had to poop my pants too many times. Because peeing your pants, that's fine. You know.
Have you been to China recently?
Only on layover.
Oh. You know how people like poop everywhere in China?
Wait, what?
What? You know, like when you go to China, people just like pee like or poop like out in public, dude. Like in like shopping centers or like grocery stores.
Well, okay,
it's like,
when I went there as a kid, I did, but like China has developed a lot, so I figured they would have solved that.
That was false, dude. Our mutual friend Alex. Can we say his last name? Are we allowed to say that?
Oh, we'll hide his identity for now. That's fine. Yeah, the enforcer. The enforcer.
Yeah. He like did like study abroad in China, but he was telling me about how like
where was
like
it Guangzhou?
southern China.
It was probably Guangzhou, like because I think he's Toisanese. I'm Cantonese. Yeah. When I went to China, like when I was in high school, I saw people shitting on the street and stuff.
Yeah.
But I figured like it's developed a lot, so I would have figured they would have cleaned up their act.
Yeah.
But I guess not.
Nope. Yeah, he like. Yeah.
I think part of the problem is that the public restrooms in China, at least back then, were like disgusting. Like even when I went to Beijing in 2011, it was filthy, right? Like, and they don't have toilet paper. A lot of them you can't even flush, or if you do flush, you have to use a bucket of water to flush it manually. So people are like, whatever. Just...
One of my friends told. Well, my family's. I haven't been to China since I was like 5 or something. But I remember because my dad's family's from like the countryside. It's like if you got to go to the bathroom, you just go out there and dig a hole and like just crap in it, right?
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's different now. Anyways, one of my friends, he was telling me that there's some comedian, some Asian comedian, and he was telling this joke. He was like, I'm not going to say that all Chinese people will go and poop in public, but everyone that I've seen poop in public is Chinese.
Well, it's true.
I don't know.
It's like
Gross.
Chinese have bad service. They'll poop in public, but
Yeah. I'm sorry that this was just. I feel like most of this podcast was just crapping. No pun intended on Chinese people.
No, because first off, we're Chinese, and there's a lot of stuff that Chinese people do well. So and I think we've touched on it before, right? Like they have good family values, focus on education. They do pretty well in school. I mean, they're not just good at math, but they're good at other subjects too. Usually. I mean, most
That's
of
a
the Asians-
That's a stereotype. That's a.
I mean-
I don't know if you can say that. I don't know if that's okay.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, most of my Chinese friends, like, they ended up the usual doctor, lawyer, engineer, PhD.
Yeah.
We'll
talk about that next. We'll talk about that next.
Yeah.
More on Asian identity next time.
Yeah.
Especially since.
Yeah.
So when's your son gonna be born?
October 20th. So yeah.
Okay. So we got maybe another week of recording, and then we'll see how it goes from there.
So I talked to like some people, and they're like, when the baby's asleep, if he has a set sleep schedule, then you'll have like a few free pockets of time. But I don't want to get in trouble, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. So we're running an hour now, so I think
I think we'll wrap up.
This is where we'll wrap up. Again, I apologize if you're not super into toilet humor. I'm sorry but we talked about food for a little bit, so it's like, you probably got really hungry. By us talking about food, and then you're super disgusted when Jay started talking about crapping his pants.
I feel like we delivered some value with this episode, but we'll
I think
see.
it was good.
And Chinese people are awesome, and when I talked about Chinese people pooping in public, I'm one of them. So
I do tip. I tip a minimum of 15% most of the time.
I tip unless the service was terrible. Then it's 0%. Like
all right,
if I have to chase you down to get refills, to get napkins, to get anything, and you keep, or like if I ask you and then you just forget, like because anyways, that's a rant for
Okay. All right. We want to.
I love
thank
Chinese
you
people.
guys for watching another episode of For the Lulz.
And
we'll be back.
There'll be
we'll be back when we're back. I mean,
yeah.
So we like delivering this content to you guys. Hopefully, you guys enjoy watching. Don't forget to ring that bell down in the to like and subscribe.
Subscribers, please.
Yeah.
We need millions. Okay.
Yeah, and we'll be back next week with more hard-hitting action and funny stories.
All right.
We're gonna start a segment called JY Travel Stories next week.
Okay. Have a good night, guys. All right.
All right.
And
or if you're watching this during the day, have a good rest of your day.
Yes.
All right. This is DJLaoD.
And JY signing off. Okay. Thank you.